Alrighty.
Alrighty. Welcome to the PSBS, as the PlayStation podcast. I'm your host, Cody PSN by a bunch of my co-hosts here is...
Andrew Arenas, double is.
Yep. And we are on episode 33.
33.
I believe, yes.
I want to know how to say it in Spanish, but I don't want to sound like a fool. I forgot what 33 is. I want to say it in other languages too. We could be bilingual.
I don't want to do a whole podcast in another language.
That would be kind of difficult.
We can do it in sign language. How about that?
You wouldn't be able to see. We would have to be on video.
That's the point. No one's going to see us. We'll just do a silent podcast, and we'll say this whole podcast is in sign language.
And silence is music, technically.
Oh, yeah. The sound of silence.
Yeah, that's what people keep saying nowadays, but... nowadays. It's always been said like that, but...
Oh, yeah, you're going to play Rock Band 4 silent solo, and you just don't hit nothing.
Or just all the songs in Rock Band 4 are just silence.
Silence.
It's going to be an easy platinum.
Yeah. Well, no, the sound silence is already in the game as DLC.
Oh, well.
So you can't just put down there and be like, yep, we're playing this.
The artist is just air.
Yeah. Air guitar. But yeah. What's going on, this and that. But, yeah. So, yeah, like I said, it's episode 33. We got some news to cover. Do we have questions this week?
Yeah, we do. We have some hard-hitting questions that might be a topic of the week. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit of thought-provoking stuff, but some quick. I think only one is the thought-provoking one, but one is... Two are quick. So, yeah, in total we have 3.
Cool. Well, that's cool, because we don't really have... I mean, we got some news, but there's not like, big stuff, and we won't dwell on them for very long.
We'll talk about them for a little bit.
We'll talk about them, but
They're
we won't
good.
They won't be anything too extensive.
No.
So let's see what we got this week.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see where I want to start at this week. I can start here because I can segue it. So it has been announced this week that there is a Assassin's Creed 4 bundle has been announced this past week. And it comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive, which is really neat too.
Awesome. That's what you need.
Yeah. Now, the catch with this system is that it's only been confirmed for the UK region, not the US region. Kind of similar to the Uncharted collection, where, yes, the US is getting an Uncharted bundle, but only in the UK it comes with a 1 terabyte PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Here in the US, it's just a 500 gig system.
Over there in those countries, they go big or go home.
I guess so.
Go.
So yeah, I mean, it's cool. They're diversifying, like, just what you can get with your system. You know, there's the Assassin's Creed bundle, there's this Uncharted bundle. Like I said, it's really weird that there's no comp. I don't know if they've said no to doing Assassin's Creed bundle in the US, but they haven't confirmed it, and it feels like if they're not confirming now, we're not getting it because that game's only like a month out. You know?
Yeah, and it all depends. It's all territory, so I think it's fine that Assassin's Creed is not having its bundle here.
Yeah, like they always say, is their target audience, target region.
Yeah, so I don't think it's very necessary, but we're going to talk about another bundle that does apply here greatly.
Yes, there is one. Yeah, that's what I was getting to. So yeah, they have to make bundles that apply to the region, like the Assassin's Creed bundle, Uncharted bundle, whatever. But they kind of made up for that because they said that for the US we are getting a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 bundle.
The one that we saw coming.
Yeah, so we've mentioned it before in the show that has to happen. Yes, great deal. We've mentioned it. But not only is it just a bundle, they have a collector special bundle with a limited edition PS4, which looks really nice. It's black, but it's got like the orange highlights on it and forms a 3 on top. Looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks like I like it.
Yes, and the controller looks cool. It's got the little orange analog sticks and extra colors in there.
Yep, appropriately. Especially with PlayStation's new acquisition. Not really acquisition, but just new entitlement. Partnership with Activision. Makes perfect sense. Who knows? Black Ops 3 will probably sell the most on PS4. We'll have to see.
Well, we'll see, because, you know, how console bundles don't count towards
and
game
then,
sales.
Technically, Xbox is the highest selling for Destiny, if you technically put it. But
they don't count the bundles.
And but who knows? Destiny's already breaking records on PlayStation, so...
Yeah.
Taken King has been quite successful. But I'm so glad finally a terabyte hard drive is coming here.
Yes.
I mean,
it comes with
for crying out loud, Black Ops 3 is already going to take up like not a small fraction, but like at least quite a bit of your hard drive space if you were to get a 500 gig bundle. Because like Black Ops 3 is going to be like 50 or 60 gigs. It's just like
because you got to think a lot of gigs for the game, and then there's going to be like the multiple language files and
the DLC.
Plus, there's going to be DLC and the updates and those map packs, man.
Yeah, the map packs do take up a lot, and if people plan to get the season pass for Black Ops 3, we'll have to see. And then speaking of COD, we do have a question about COD, but I don't think it'll be a great segue to talk about now. But we'll talk about more about Call of Duty in a little bit.
Okay, we'll come back to that question then.
Yeah.
But also still talking about the bundle. And then it was confirmed that the bundle. Like most bundles, there's two different ones. There's gonna be the basic $3.99 version where it's just a regular PS4 with the game, and then the other one will be $4.49, so about $4.50. Gets you the game with a special console and controller. So you have your options there. So if you don't get the fancy looking system, you can just get a regular system with Call of Duty.
Exactly.
So that's good to have the options. But another really cool thing too they confirmed for this release is that the controller will be sold separately. So if you already have a PS4 and you just want the Call of Duty controller, you can buy it. It'll be available with this to buy separately with the system, because that is something they have not confirmed yet for the Star Wars bundle. A lot of people have been asking about that. Will the Star Wars controller be sold separately? And Sony has not confirmed anything yet.
I mean, it'd be cool promotion because it's different because the PlayStation one was such a limited quantity. The PlayStation Anniversary one, I mean. If they haven't even sold the Batman one, probably not. Because there are other controller SKUs, quite honestly, that I want, which are the ones that were announced in Japan last week. So, but it'd be cool. But I mean, you're getting that bundle for a reason. Kind of diminishes it a little bit.
I guess, but I mean, a lot of people, already have PS4, so it's kind of more like, well, I don't really need another PS4, but hey, I need another controller, and this is an opportunity for me to get a cool controller.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it'd just be cool for promotion's sake, for Star Wars and PlayStation, I suppose, to just release the controller separately.
Yeah, because I mean, like you say, yeah, it's true. I guess like you're saying, this is the first time they will be selling a special controller separately. Because I mean, well, with the Destiny one, it was just a white controller. It wasn't like Destiny branded. Special, no. So that's why they were able to take it out and sell that one separately. But like, I forgot about the Batman one.
Yeah, the Batman they haven't even sold. Yeah, that's why it's there. It's part of the bundle. The PlayStation Anniversary one was just different because that was in very limited quantity. Yeah,
you had to like win that one or like bid it or something like that.
Exactly. So I'm sure like the cost of the controller diminished greatly until it was mass produced by PlayStation, unfortunately. Because like I remember even the different colored earbud piece that would come with that PlayStation was even worth hundreds.
Wow.
Yeah, on eBay, but now I'm pretty sure it's like maybe gone down a bit. But even though you can't buy that little earpiece, everything about the collectible.
Dude, I couldn't. Dude, no, you talking about the earpiece reminded me of something I saw the other day, and it just like ticked me off. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
For what?
So, I went to GameStop the other day, and they, how they got the back wall with like the accessories, like controllers and headsets and all that. Well, they had a little bag, and it was it said, pre-owned PS4 headpiece, earpiece, the little earpiece that comes with your PS4.
Yeah.
Well, somebody sold theirs to GameStop apparently.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's worth money.
I guess, but I mean, GameStop was selling that thing for $15.
Yeah, I think if you trade it, it's only like worth $1.50.
But yeah, they're gonna sell it for $15, and I'm like, for $15, you can probably get a slightly better headset. Or you get a little $20 one or something. God, I just couldn't believe they're selling that little piece for that much. I don't even know where mine's at, but I got my, what do they call them, the Pulse headset. I got those, so.
Yeah.
It's a nice headset. But yeah, but that's that. Like I said, the Call of Duty bundle, it's really cool. That's there. And options and all that good stuff.
There's no shortage of options. That's the motto for PlayStation Fall. Even though there's no exclusives, there are no shortages of options. Bundles
and options.
I mean, it's definitely a rebuttal, and then if we'll see if the price drops alongside, just like it did in Japan, we'll have to see. But we do have to take into some context here in Japan is that PS4 is struggling in Japan a little bit, so it kind of needed the price drop. Here it's not. That's the difference. It's not at all. So like Sony benefits still from like charging $400 here, and it doesn't make a difference. Problem was in Japan is they were struggling because they didn't have the appropriate games for the demographic yet. But now, as of last week, that's completely changed because they announced like a crap ton of games are for that audience. Because like I said, Assassin's Creed and the Call of Duties don't cut it over there. Yeah,
that's why the Metal Gear Solid bundle was exclusive over there.
Mm-hmm. So even though people were saying, "Oh, maybe the price drop will come here," I'm a little bit on the skeptical side because if they haven't announced it after announcing all these bundles, I don't see it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but it will happen eventually.
But I think I predicted that before E3. I said something like there won't be a price drop this year. There'll just be a lot of bundles to kind of like just bring extra value without having to drop the price of the system. Mm-hmm. So I mean, so if you're thinking about getting a PS4 for this holiday, I mean, you got a lot of options. There's
and the bundles are worthwhile too because even if the price does drop, especially like Black Ops 3, which has the most value in it because it has. I mean, even despite whatever your people's taste in Call of Duty or not, you're getting the Terabyte hard drive, which is already worth a lot of money on its own. Mm-hmm. If you were to buy that separately, go out of your way and buy it separately, and then it comes with Black Ops 3 if you're into that. If you're not, then you can always sell it. And then maybe just get like another controller or a PSN card out of it. I don't know. Just choose. So many choices.
But so many choices. Like I said, there's the Destiny bundle, there's the Star Wars bundle, there's the Star Wars Infinity bundle, there's the Black Ops 3 bundle, there's the Uncharted bundle. You know, that's just all that's coming in the U.S. at least this year. There's a lot of different bundles coming out. All those options. So I mean, just in November alone, that's 3 different bundles coming out. Mm-hmm. So, lots of choices and options for you guys out there. They just missed out on that Rock Band bundle. Like I'd be buying this giant bundle that comes with all these instruments and a system.
Oh yeah, that'd be badass, but unfortunately, it's not gonna happen.
It'd be an expensive bundle too.
And maybe just give us like a pre-order voucher for Amplitude whenever the hell that comes out one day.
One day Amplitude will come out.
Don't even remind me. I'll just have that game just not put to the side, and I don't even know about it until like the week of it comes out. I just not know. It's just gonna hit during a random busy ass week, and I'm just I don't care. It's already here. It's like here, and I'm like,
Well, I mean, it's supposed to come out in January, and I'm like, I don't know what other big games come out in January.
I don't know. This first.
It's mostly February and March right now. That's like packing in of games.
Yeah.
But speaking of games coming out in March, kind of segue there. It has been announced this past week that Hitman has been delayed until March of 2016.
What a surprise.
Yes, the new Hitman game has been delayed. So, I mean, it's like we said, we're not really surprised because this game was kind of announced and then coming out in December, we kind of thought, might be a little too soon. I mean, you got to have development. I mean, obviously it's been development for a while, but you got to have that marketing, and, you got to get the mind share of, to buy this soon is coming out with a kind of a crowded spot. But now it's going to March, which is also a crowded spot. But the big thing I took away from this, as I was reading the articles about this, I didn't previously look into Hitman all that much, but they're doing this really weird. Basically, this new Hitman is an episodic game, but they're just not calling it that.
It is? Oh.
Like, they don't call it that, but based on the description, it sounds like it is, because they said... Here's the way they described it. They said the new Hitman game is you buy it and you download it and you play the game, and as time goes on, we will update it to add more levels and content, and they'll be free because you already bought the game. And I'm like, so are you saying it's an episodic game? And they're saying no, but it sounds like it because it's basically you're buying a base thing, and it kind of like because that's what they say. You get the full game experience over time. After
then again, we do have to remember maybe they're kind of because since it's called Hitman, maybe it's like a platform where it's just constantly updated.
Maybe, but I mean, it's not like you're buying all these things. Basically, I guess you pay $6 at launch and you play what you get, and you just over the course of the next couple of months, you get more and more of the content. But I don't know. I don't want to go too much into it right now because they said they'll have more details next week. So maybe I can go over it again next week once I have more details. Because I don't want to rant on it just yet before I know all the details.
Yeah, there isn't any, and then the fact that the game got delayed, it's only gonna, just, kind of.
Like I said, this might be the first time they really talked about it, the whole content thing. Because that's when
strange how they didn't talk about it at E3, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first I heard about it since they said the delay, and they said more details will be next week about how we're scheduling to launch content. So I'm like, okay, so, well, like I said, I'll see. I'll probably maybe bring it up next week. Just to kind of go over it again, because it just sounds really weird. That I thought this was going to be like a AAA launch thing at retail, but I don't know. They said digital release, and I guess maybe once all the content's out, then they'll do a physical release, or maybe they'll do the Minecraft thing where you buy a disc and then over time you get more content.
That's scary.
I don't know.
We'll have to see.
I don't know.
No opinions.
We'll see next. We'll see. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to rant on it until I know all the details, and they should be out next week. So we'll see. So. We'll get back to that eventually. Let's see what else I got. Alright, covered that. This is kind of like a little... This is something we talked about on a previous episode. Now it's just basically been confirmed. Ed Boon, the director, creator, whatever, of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat X. He was on Twitter. Somebody asked him on Twitter, is Mortal Kombat X coming to Vita? And he was like, no. He just shot it down. He was like, no, Mortal Kombat X is not coming to Vita.
Very simple answer.
Yeah, basically. It was just... I mean, it's what we expected. I mean, we talked about this a few weeks back. Like, if this game wasn't coming to PS3 and 360, it's not going to come to Vita.
Damn. Oh, well. So, remote play it on your PS4. Oh.
Yeah, remote play it, but...
That's not.
But it was just funny to see the confirmation, because we talked about this before, and just see it confirmed from the head guy. He just said, nope. Not coming to Vita.
Yeah, that's probably safe to assume now.
One last fighting game.
I see other games.
Oh yeah, there'll be more fighting games.
I want to kind of not retract my statement in full, but the Vita, it's having its slow death. Games will still come. Its games will still come out for it. It's the slower death than the PSP. You have to look at that, because PSP died pretty good. I mean, there were no games being released for it. There were games on Japan that were being released, but in North America there weren't really any in the later years of its life. So
I mean, it got Peace Walker in this last year or two.
Yeah, true. But that was its last hurrah.
In God of War, Ghost of Sparta. Yeah. But I mean, Peace Walker is a freaking masterpiece of a game, though. So if you go out on Peace Walker, that's a pretty high note to end your console on.
Well, yeah, it was just 2013 for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 with PS3 specifically with Last of Us, GTA 5, and Bioshock Infinite. Yeah. But for Vita, I at least think that you're at least going to get games on Vita for at least the next 2 years.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, the Vita did get a big game. Not specifically for us, but I mean, Persona 4 Dancing All Night came out this past week for Vita. But I mean, it has its audience. Yes, it does. Persona is a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. This is just a rhythm game.
Yeah, they take the characters from Persona 4 and they put them in a rhythm game scenario where they're dancing and stuff, and it's getting good reviews. So it's not a cash grab on the IP.
It's not really for me.
Not for you. But I mean, cool. Like I said, there's still Vita stuff. I mean, there's that for that audience. But I mean, just looking forward, like I said, Zero Escape 3 is coming out next year. I'm really excited for that. I'm getting that when that launches. And now there's 3 of those. How you say it? Danganronpa. Danganronpa. Yeah, I really want to play it. Now, actually, a third one came out this past week. I think. I don't know if it's the full third one or it's some kind of spin-off, but
there is a new.
I know, and like I said, I don't know all the details, but it's either the third. I don't know if it's full on the third one, or maybe it's a spin-off. But another one of those came out this past week too. Mm-hmm. So now there's 3 games in that series that I want to check out, and I just want to go and play those eventually. So I mean, there's that. I mean, there's still stuff coming. It's just like you said. It's just not. It's just slow. It's a slow. Kind of dribble out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, I just X out completely on the main Sony AAA space, the Uncharted and the Killzones. That's what I kind of X out at this point. But like the games that you were talking about, they'll come out in full force, and they'll continue to come out for at least the next 2 years of Vita. I assume. Just the other kind of AAA games, I think, are kind of long gone at this point, unfortunately. And I've stated that several times. It hasn't changed, and we'll maybe see on PSX this year, possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, because that'd
be amazing.
That's the place for Vita.
I mean, that'd be the thing if just out of nowhere Sony announced some AAA game.
God of War
Vita,
on Vita, or like the Infamous on Vita. So, the Dream ones.
Yeah, the Dream ones. But
yeah, that guy in the hockey, whatever, the Kevin Smith looking guy comes out and just says, "Hey, guess what? You know how for the past couple of years we haven't been putting out real games on the Vita? Okay, wait, I said putting out like AAA games on the Vita. Well, here you go. Here's like 5 of them. Whoa,
whoa, man!
And also, we're gonna drop the Vita to $90. Whoa!
What? And it's buy one get one free, so you can give one to your friends. It's like what? Just like giving these things away. But yeah, that would be that'd be something.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's an oddball though.
Very small chance of all that happening.
I know. See, like it's all a dream. I mean, it's not that I don't want games. I do, and the ones that are there are fine. It's just that they're not really for me. I mean, Persona 4 dancing all night. I don't know.
Persona, man, it's a big deal.
I know.
But yeah, is that we'll see. Because I mean, we got 2 PlayStation things coming up. We got Paris Convention Week, whatever it's called. At the end of October, Sony's gonna have a thing there.
Yeah, so they're going to need to talk about some key games there, especially Dreams.
Yes, Dreams is going to be a big focus at that event.
Yeah, it needs it. A whole explanation.
Yep, Quantum Dream's going to be there, talking about their PS4 versions of Destiny and
Until Dawn. Did pretty good.
Yeah.
Have to see how Quantum Dream steps it up a little bit. And then the collection. I want the collection.
So yeah, they're going to talk more about the collection there, like when that's coming out and all that. Mm-hmm. And maybe their new game, or at least hint at it some more. We'll see.
One? Wait, who?
Whatever Quantum Dream's new game is.
Oh yeah, well I hope so. I mean, at this point, I even hope like a trailer or something, like a little snippet thing.
Yeah,
I want to see the new technology and how everything's progressed.
Yeah, because I think they're kind of refocusing how they announce their games now. Because like Beyond was like they announced it and it was out within that year. Like within 12 months, it was out.
Really?
The announcement. I think so because I think
because it might have been Spike Awards, right? Thing and then.
Well, it might have been might have been 16 months. I think it was within 2 years. Cause I think they showed it at E3. I think a year later it was at E3 again, and then it came out that fall. I think that's how it went. I'm not 100% though.
I thought it was officially announced during the Spike Awards thing.
Might have been Spike Awards. I get all those mixed up because it's just the way they're presented. Just I don't know which one's which. But I know it was pretty quick.
And then, it had its preview tour, like in San Diego Comic-Con when I went.
I think it was. I know. I think it was about. I'm pretty sure it was like a year, at the most a year and a half. I think between announcement and launch of that game.
Was that game 2013 or 2012?
It was 2012. It was 2013 because it was right before the PS4 came out.
Oh,
it came out.
And then
October
the Comic-Con thing I went to was 2012, so no, it was like more than a year.
I'm trying to remember when they announced the game. Like I said, I think it was like a year and a half. I think it was like that E3. Then a year went by and they showed it off at E3. Like you said, they showed it at Comic-Con, and then it came out like that fall. I think that's how it was. So that's probably like a year and a half. But basically, my point is that it is a shorter kind of cycle of here it's announced and it comes out. Unlike Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain was like years. Between announcement and like release, where it was just like it was almost like. Not quite right when the PS3 came out, but it was almost like a tech demo, kind of like, oh, this is what we're doing with the PS3 and showing this and that, and it was just always this thing, and it took years, and then when it finally came out, then obviously when it finally came out, it was nothing like what we initially saw, of it when it was first kind of announced. So, with Beyond Two Souls had a different cycle, so hopefully maybe with their next game it'll be kind of similar, where like, it's within a year or two of announcement that it comes out, not just this long thing like Heavy Rain was.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So, we'll see. Really excited though about the Heavy Rain Beyond Two Souls collection.
Yes,
check those out.
I know. I would not. As tempting as it would be to play Heavy Rain first, but no, I have to get to Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah, you gotta experience it.
I need to. I need to see what this game's all about. It's so mixed. Well, I know a lot of people like it, but there's some segment of people that just don't like it. I'm curious. I'm excited to either like it a lot or like not like it. I will have to see. I'm excited.
See. But speaking of collections, though, like I said, I've kind of been negative towards remasters and stuff, but every once in a while, some come out that excite me.
It's another day, another collection.
Yes, because like I said, most of them I'm kind of negative on. I'm like, we don't really need that, these remasters and ports and all that.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, some kind that I'm excited for. I was excited for the Borderlands Collection because it came with a game I never played, with a pre-sequel. And it was a nice package overall, what you got. I'm excited for this Heavy Rain one because I love Heavy Rain. I want to play it again on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
But a new collection has been leaked out this past week, and this one sounds really promising. It was leaked out through, I think, Amazon Germany or something like that. But basically, a Bioshock collection has been leaked out.
Now this one.
For PS4 and Xbox One. So exciting, but there's no details. So we have no idea what it's going to come with, if it's just Bioshock 1 and 2, or it's Bioshock 1, 2, and Infinite, or, what it is. It just says Bioshock Collection.
Well, it's collection. I mean, it can't be... Oh, why would you call it... It would just be called Bioshock Remaster if it was just, like, one.
The first one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because, the placeholder art work was just the Bioshock 1 logo, and I thought maybe... Well, I mean, for all we know, they can call it... I mean, they could call it just, the Rapture Collection. It's just 1 and 2, and then they'll just do Infinite as, a separate thing later. I don't know.
Or
that's just me...
Infinite can even be a digital release. I don't know.
Yeah. So we'll see. But this is exciting, and the release date was, November 27th, the placeholder date, whether that's, true or not. But if it is true, then that means this thing's coming pretty soon, in 2 months. Mm-hmm. They just need to confirm it, 2K, and they have not. Obviously they didn't confirm or deny it. When people were looking into it.
We'll have to see. Maybe 2K will just announce it out of the blue one day, or just maybe it's during an earnings call or something.
Maybe.
I mean, are they? Because it's especially Bioshock, where we already approached. The game's already been out for 2 years. Infinite, at least, and I didn't play any of the DLC for Infinite, and I never really went back to it since my PS3 broke. And I know I have it because of PlayStation Plus. And I just wonder, I question a little bit, especially for one, which a lot of people want. I'm still curious if it's even the right time still for it. I know I say that, and then we have other collections that have come out a year after release. And for Bioshock, we're approaching more than 7 years. About 8 now. I just don't know. Because if I want a Bioshock 1 remastered, I would kind of really want it remastered and have upgraded engine on it. I don't want it just simply looking sharper.
Well, I mean, I don't want them to just redo Bioshock 1. I mean, when they can just spend more time working on another Bioshock game rather than kind of just redoing what's already there.
Well, my question is who would even do it anyway, so, that too. It's not going to be irrational.
Yeah, I know. 2K still owns the license, but they haven't, obviously, assigned anybody to work on it.
Yeah.
So
it's just as perplexing as just, the future of Metal Gear or something like that,
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, and then, too, if Infinite is included in the collection, then, yeah, that's the third 2013 game that's finally came over to PS4. Because,
yeah, my favorite.
Like you said. Yeah, like you said, those were the big three of 2013 was Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto 5, and... Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 and Bioshock Infinite, and those other two got ported, so now the third one's finally getting ported. Third big game that year.
Yeah, and I'll leave a disclaimer. I know there were other great games in 2013, but those three were the biggest ever.
Those are they set up. I mean, all the other ones got ported too. Tomb Raider came out in 2013, that got ported, and so it's just all that stuff getting ported. So it's kind of like the last big one, kind of that didn't get ported. So.
Yeah, and people demand Bioshock Infinite, and there's some people that still haven't played it, and I love Bioshock Infinite. Some people even claim that they like it out of those three, which is a little crazy to me, but I mean, I adore Bioshock Infinite so much. It would have won Game of the Year and maybe another of its own year, but competition, so it's no surprise. There's always competition all the time. I mean, even back in 2007 when Bioshock 1 came out. It sufficed the competition because games like Mass Effect came out, Rock Band, Call of Duty 4. It was in Mario Galaxy. I love Mario Galaxy. I'll never forget when I played Mario Galaxy. But like I still adore Bioshock so much. The first one still.
The thing about too, like with this, like I said, if this collection is real, I mean, it's looking pretty real. It's just now
looking pretty real. It's looking real.
Yeah, it's looking pretty real. But we'll just have to see what just what comes in and what's included and all that. So we'll see. Because I mean, if it's $60 and you get Bioshock 1, 2, and Infinite,
$20.
Yeah, for $20 a game, and they look sharper. They're more like the PC versions,
Yeah.
Well, no, like Bioshock Infinite actually got better reviews on PC than it did the console version. They said the PC version looked better and ran.
Oh yeah. So the one that is noticeable is Infinite, and of course 1 and 2 in their own ways. But I don't know. Like if I want Bioshock 1, I just don't want it to look sharper for the first one at least. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not talking about like a remake. No, because like it's old. It's running on like the lowest, like one of the lower Unreal Engine 3.
Yeah, but I mean, Bioshock's not so much the graphical, like how real it looks. It's about the atmosphere and the environment.
Yeah, true. I know. It's not like those will always stand out.
So they can
and look at Infinite. Infinite's like a cartoon, not in a bad way. It's
less realistic art style.
We'll see. I'm a little split between it. For 1. 2, I could care less about, even though I do like 2 a lot still, too. I mean, just don't come with a crappy multiplayer. And then Infinite, I love so much. I mean, that one you could just make it what the PC version looks like, and it's going to look damn good on PS4 anyway, so just make it look like the PC version.
Yeah, I mean, this is one, too, like I said, I've always kind of go negative on the remaster, so it kind of feels like a double standard here, where it's like, but this one I like, so I want it,
And then we talk about like if there's a Mass Effect one, but EA has kind of shut down that for a while. A surprise from EA, out of all people. We're not going to do a remaster of the one that everyone asked for. Yeah. Maybe once Andromeda gets closer, maybe we'll see. But I don't know. They said no.
Yeah, we'll see. But I mean, like I said, if this Bioshock thing is $60, it comes with all 3 and it has all the DLC, and it's just really, they do kind of work to kind of make it look sharp and improved. I'd probably get it just because, I mean, I never get tired of playing Bioshock 1. I don't know how many times I've beat that game.
Oh, yeah. I'd probably... Shoot. Bioshock 1?
Yeah.
Maybe like 5 or 6 times. We've talked about... We've had that as a topic once. Like, what was the game that you played multiple times the most?
Yeah, and for, like, at least this generation for me, it was like Bioshock 1... Played, like I said, probably played about 5 or so times. I got the platinum in it, and you got to beat the game like 3 or 4 times before you get the platinum.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing too. Like when I platinum these again for Bioshock 1, I don't know. That was a hard platinum, but I did it. It was one of my more cherished ones too. I did it, but I don't know. That was tricky. That was hard. I mean, but then I like understood it. I mean, I understand the game. I know how to do it really easily probably now, but it was hard. Infinite, I'll do because I never had platinum in Infinite. 2, we'll have to see. I mean, with the multiplayer trophies eliminated.
Yeah, it shouldn't be hard
at all. Yeah, freaking Bioshock 2 is easy, excluding the multiplayer trophies. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited though. Like I said, this collection comes real, and I probably get it just so I have an excuse to play Bioshock 1 again.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. I was just thinking of other 2013 games that didn't get ported yet, and it got me thinking. Oh, you know what I want so bad on PS4?
What?
I want a Dead Space collection so bad.
Collection would be awesome.
Oh God, I want a Dead Space collection so bad though. Now I want Dead Space 1, 2, and 3 on PS4, like in a pack. Oh, that'd be so nice. Because I want my Dead Space. I don't want the franchise to die. Ironically enough,
it would help it reinvigorate itself.
Yes, like that's what EA needs to give us. Give us a Dead Space collection.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
So good. What? Let's see what else we got on my list before we do some questions. Okay, here's another quick little thing right here. It's been confirmed by EA, which we were just talking about. EA has confirmed that Dragon Age Inquisition is getting a Game of the Year edition, and it's releasing on October 6th. So So that's cool. So if you haven't played Dragon Age Inquisition, here you go. Go get this. All right, you should play this game. It's awesome. It's amazing. And now you get all the story DLCs, which are really good and a good value. I mean, those story DLCs are like $15 a piece. So now you're just getting them for, all included in the game price.
So would it all be 60?
$15, $30, $45. $45 worth of DLC.
Oh, I mean like the game of the year.
I think there's. I don't know how much. They didn't say a price point for the game of the year edition. They just says coming October 6th and no price point or nothing. I'm like, that's in 2 weeks and you can't tell us how much it is. So we'll see. But either way, I mean, even 60, it's like, well, you're getting $45 in DLC and another 15, 25, whatever for the game. So, still good. But yeah, definitely if you haven't played Dragon's Inquisition, go check that out. Good, good value there. Good deal. Get all that DLC because I have not played the DLC yet because I just don't have the time, and I haven't put the money down to buy all those DLCs yet.
They are pretty big packs.
Yeah, and they're $15 a piece, so that's a lot. Because I'm waiting for them to do like they did with Mass Effect, where they either just bundle them together, or there's like a sale. Because like Mass Effect, they just said where like all the DLC packs are like 50% off.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of waiting for something like that to happen for the Dragon Age DLC. So, but there's that. That's a quick little news item for you guys to think about. Let's see what else. Oh, we got two more somewhat bigger topics. They're getting into your space over there. I can hear them.
Yeah, they are, huh?
Yeah, it's okay. Just got that. We have to acknowledge it though, but it's there. But that's okay. Anyway,
it's light.
It's light. It's whatever. But anyway, here's another news item. This one kind of annoyed me, but I'll explain. So, Sony announced this past week on the blog. They announced the winner of the best PS1 game poll.
Yeah.
So, okay, so they did this poll 2 weeks ago. They were saying, what's the best PS1 game of all time? And they tallied up the votes, and they showed the top 4 results. Now, number 1, the winner was Metal Gear Solid. Okay, that's fine.
Are you going to use this room by yourself for a while?
Yeah, probably for like an hour.
Okay. Because me and my friends were going to try to type up a paper. And...
I have this room reserved till...
Oh, okay. We weren't sure, sorry.
Well, I can give it to you like maybe in 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's 30 more
Okay.
minutes.
Sorry.
Thank you.
It's fine.
Okay, anyways.
We get the live show presentation. It makes it feel like we're a live show when stuff like this happens. It's fine.
Yeah, and when I'm in a school with a population of only 1,500, what are the chances, right?
I know. If they want to be on the podcast, say, hey, we're doing a podcast. You can come here and be on the podcast. Guest host. On the spot.
I know. Those people
anyway.
are trying to do work, but who does work in college anyways?
Come on, man. We got podcasts to make. Anyway. Forget what I was saying. Yeah, so they announced the winners of the best PS1 game of all time. And the number 1 was Metal Gear Solid, which is fine. It's great. Second was Final Fantasy VII. Now, my problem comes with the number 3 and 4. So, number 3 was Crash Bandicoot 1, the first one. And number 4 was Crash Bandicoot Warped, the third one. Now, I personally voted for Crash Bandicoot Warped. So... It just threw me off seeing Crash Bandicoot 1 ahead of Warped. Like, no... Why would you vote Crash Bandicoot 1 over 3?
It's the original, that's why people...
I never even really played the original. I just went straight to 2 and 3 because those were the good ones. 1 was
weird.
Practically it was weird, and it was practically an idea, like a tech demo for what 2 and 3 were going to be.
I know.
You know? So it just threw me off that one was picked over 3.
It's the original. That's why.
I mean, it was great that 3 was up there, but the fact that 1 is above it, I'm like, no, that's stupid. So I mean, but I'm fine with Metal Gear Solid being up there, even though, I mean, when I voted, I picked the ones that are a bit more nostalgic to me, because like I didn't play Metal Gear Solid 1 until a couple years ago when it was a PS1 classic. Yeah. On PS3. So it's still a great game. It's still a masterpiece game. It's just, it doesn't have that nostalgia to me because I didn't play it originally on a PS1. So I went to more ones I did play on PS1 and more nostalgia to me. So I picked Crash Bandicoot Warped. And they let you pick 2 games. So I picked Warped. And as I was scrolling through, I saw Spider-Man for PS1. I was so excited that was even a choice, that I had to vote for because I love that game so much.
Was there like an other section?
Yeah, there was an other section at the bottom where you just type whatever you want. But as far as like 20 choices that Sony picked for you to pick from, I'm just glad Spider-Man was even there as a choice. 'Cause I love that game.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I just picked those two, but I'm glad Warped got in the top 4. One thing though I'm curious about though from the results is that Metal Gear Solid, like I said, Metal Gear Solid 1 is a masterpiece, great game. I'm not arguing that, but what I am curious of is, did it win because Metal Gear Solid 5 just came out and now it's kind of like on people's minds,
Well, I mean, even when I remember MGS1 way back in the day until I was able to play it, I don't know. It was quite a revolution. That game.
I know.
Changed the face of storytelling for games.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not questioning the quality of the game. The game is great and it did all these amazing things. But I'm just saying though, it's more fresh on people's minds because Metal Gear Solid 5 just came out. Is what I'm saying.
Perhaps. It probably boosted it a bit.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. But I don't know. Even given an offhanded, like let's say PS2, they vote on PS2s, and who knows? Maybe Last Guardian might finally come out once they do the voting for that, and then like, oh, what's gonna be like the most best game? Shadow Colossus or something? I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh god, these people are like staring at me outside because it's like a glass window.
Yeah.
Not that we're gonna leave. I'm not leaving. I reserved this place. I reserved this place.
This is our podcast room. They can go away. You gotta tape a little sign on the window. PSBS recording in progress.
I wish I could lock the freaking door. I just go. Anyways. Yeah, some people are being a little bothersome today, but it's no big deal. What else? I don't know. But, yeah. I just think it probably boosted it at least a little bit.
Probably boosted. Yeah, because I mean, think about it. If Microsoft 5 wasn't out right now, then Final Fantasy 7 probably would have won. And then I've been kind of like, Final Fantasy 7.
And then that's also the boosting of of it, the remaster just being announced. Formally announced. So there's that too.
Yeah. Or another example would be it's not coming out next year, but like if Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, then like you said, they did like best PS2 game, and then everybody's like Kingdom Hearts, yeah, because Kingdom Hearts 3 is on the mind.
Well, if it was Kingdom Hearts, it would have to be Kingdom Hearts 2 because Kingdom Hearts 2 is a better game. Because I love Kingdom Hearts 2.
Kingdom Hearts
so much a better game.
No. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm not.
But you can go first.
Oh, okay. Like I said, I'm just saying, I'm not questioning Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm just kind of curious if 5 releasing helped it kind of win.
Yeah, it probably boosted a bit.
But yeah. What were you saying?
No, I was wondering if we can go to the mail.
To the mail? Sure, we can go to the mail because I pretty much covered everything.
Okay. We'll go into the mail. Not that I want the show done, but people.
We're not under pressure.
No, I'm not. And since I had this room reserved, just please stop staring. All right. This one comes from Justin. He says, "What are your guys' thoughts on the supposed video game voice actor strike drama?"
Oh yeah, that's funny because I just read about this before the show recorded.
Yeah, I mean, for me, even though I'm going to give my take on first, I don't know. It's really something that's only developing right now, so I don't think I would really give an opinion on it yet.
Yeah, it's not fully developed into a thing.
No, not really yet, but it's starting. And here's the thing, man. They tried to start something like this like months ago, and it didn't come out of anything. But now it's just like. Now it's becoming like official and it's really gonna start moving, but we'll have to see about that. But I'm curious, maybe what you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming down to a vote. They have to vote on it and say, hey, yes, we're going into strike. And if they do go on strike, then that's going to halt some game production because obviously a lot of voice actors are not going to be working. Because obviously a thing happened a couple of years ago with the writer's strike, and that affected a lot of TV show productions. And
well, that was like a few years. That was like, what, 2009, 10?
2009?
Yeah.
It destroyed Heroes, man. It did. Like, Hero Season 2 was only like half a season because of the writer's strike, because they like quit halfway through the writing process. So Season 2 was only half a season, and the show never recovered in quality after that. But Heroes Reborn starts tomorrow, and we'll see if it does a comeback.
I don't know if the early talks are any indication. I don't think it has.
Yeah, no, I haven't really seen any reviews yet, so that's got me kind of going.
I've seen a few. Tomorrow. I'm not sure about that, but you never know.
Never know. We'll see. It needs to grow. It needs to kind of come back and grow, but we'll see. But anyway, that's getting off the topic. But yeah, I mean, it's it's whatever. I mean, like I said, we'll have to see what happens, what comes of it, and hopefully they work things out because we don't want to see games go on halts. I mean, games because it's a little different. I think I assume I don't know the whole process, but I would assume with games development it would be a little different from movies where like when the writer's strike hit, it was like, oh crap, that's it. We can't really move forward without a script. We need scripts written and to work with. But with games, it's kind of like, okay, we can make the whole game and not put voice acting in until the very end, Mm-hmm. Unless it's like something really cinematic like Until Dawn or something where they need to motion capture the actor in, But for the most part, it's kind of more like, well, we can put that in later, the voice acting. So we can still keep developing the game, until the strike gets worked out, So it's not going to like really halt the production of the games too much.
Yeah.
Because it can just be done after, like I said, afterwards. But we'll see. Hopefully, it just gets worked out, so we don't really have to come into any problems or not. But yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe we can get jobs of voice actors if this happens, because we'll work for cheap.
Voice
characters.
Too.
Yeah, we can voice characters in a game. Be awesome.
I'm sorry, I just saw a couple Mormons walking outside. God, what's this day coming to? Because it's the glass windows you can see outside. Saw a couple Mormons. Anyways, we'll have to see if it develops. I mean, earlier today, I even saw some of the voice actors that I follow on Twitter, even talking about it, and they've only worked on one game. The GTA voice actors, a couple of the Until Dawn actors, they were talking about it too. So we'll have to see. I mean, they only worked on one game, but even still, they signed it. They said they had signed it, but we'll have to see what comes of it after.
Yeah. And, I mean, you gotta think. I mean, from the way games are, you would think there's only about maybe 10 voice actors total in the whole industry. So, yeah, there's about 10 total. So, I mean, if this encourages the industry to hire more, voice actors in the end, then it might be a good thing, kind of. Because, I mean, it's good to have, I mean, you don't have to play every game where Nolan North is the main character or some main character in the game. Or Troy Baker or, you do kind of want to get, diversify your casting a bit, I
know. I mean, as much as I love Troy, man, I mean, but damn, he's in every game.
Every game you play, he's in it.
I mean, you can play Infamous, Metal Gear, Tales of the Borderlands,
Lego Batman.
You can play your Lego
regular Batman. Regular Batman.
Call of Duty. I mean, even him himself as a gamer, I mean, doesn't he feel a little bit kind of weird that he's kind of just invading all of his games? Wouldn't it be weird to hear yourself in every single game you play?
Yeah, exactly. You come home, you start trying to play your game, and you lose that immersion because you hear yourself. Yeah, exactly. And then when you play those realistic games like Call of Duty or Metal Gear, where it's no, you can see yourself too. He can see he's playing as himself, he's controlling himself on the screen.
Yeah, Call of Duty, it uses his likeliness.
Yeah.
Even and then Infamous Second Son uses his likeliness too.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think Call of Duty actually kind of did it better. I mean, but with Delson, they had to change him up a bit because But with Call of Duty, it's exactly his well, not exactly because he doesn't look like a freaking military soldier, but it's just his face really. So I don't know.
Is he in Rock Band 4? Because I know he can play music.
Maybe his sons will make an appearance in Rock Band 4.
Might as well.
But actually,
have him in everything.
Speaking of Rock Band 4, it can't be no week without no Rock Band 4 questions.
Cool.
This one comes from Josh, and he asks, this might be a quick one, is there a music video feature in Rock Band 4? I didn't really know what he was meaning here. Music video feature? So maybe...
Is he talking because didn't Rock Band 3 have a jukebox mode, or was that Guitar Hero? I think it was Guitar Hero. Where you had jukebox mode where you can just play a song.
Yeah. I think he was meaning the venue where it changes.
I mean, maybe. I mean, maybe towards the end, once you get towards the end of the story mode, because the story mode is supposed to be like, okay, you're a small band starting from the bottom, like doing, like bar shows and stuff.
And then you get to make your own music video in the end.
Yeah, then towards the end, once you start playing songs and stuff, the venue is like in a recording room, and then it's like, oh, look, music video stuff. So I mean, I don't know for sure, but I just feel like it is a possibility, obviously, for that to be there.
Yeah, I think it's looking very likely.
Once you get to the end.
Now, our last really main topic of the week is about Call of Duty.
Of course.
And, of course, it's Call of Duty. I mean, Black Ops 3 is just around the corner, basically.
It's about 2 months away.
Less than 2 months.
Less than 2 months. Yeah, month and a half. Let's go with that.
This one comes from Zach. He says, what do you think of the state of the Call of Duty community on YouTube is? And do you guys think Black Ops 3 will invigorate the YouTube community?
Okay, well, I don't watch Call of Duty stuff on YouTube, so I don't know where it's at right now.
Well, no research was really needed because it's just kind of my offhand experience because I'm subscribed, at least on YouTube, to several who I can't say who were once Call of Duty people are really no longer Call of Duty people. This is a tough one. I think, especially ever since after Black Ops 2, we had seen a dip a little bit in Call of Duty activity on YouTube. I think it's kind of an obvious one here. Just the simple fact that I'm talking about the multiplayer modes in competitive multiplayer modes in both Ghosts and Advanced Warfare just simply weren't good, really, at all. They were not really well liked by several members of the community. I didn't really personally like them either. The esports numbers kind of show for that too, like all the little Call of Duty championships that they do. That maybe you just see on the sidelines. Those don't do really well either. So, oh god, I hope she's not coming in here. Okay, good. No, it looked like she was walking in here.
It's funny. It's like our podcast has a side story to it.
A little bit. I'm not liking it. Well, I'm talking about like the sad state of Call of Duty YouTube is. But the esports numbers are dropping off on the game too. The games are not being competitive really enough because they're not designing the game to be competitive enough. Because maybe Black Ops 2 and back, they were designed to be more competitive, be like official, MLG.
Yeah.
Because Black Ops 2 only maybe had a handful of maps that were certified to be playable in MLG, while you have like freaking Advanced Warfare and Ghosts where you can jump all over the damn place and hover and all that stuff, which is dumb. So that's probably why people didn't like it. I think, at least from the things I've been hearing so far of Black Ops 3, I think Black Ops 3 is going to be a good game. At least from people who have played the beta.
The beta is getting a lot of positive traction.
It is. As with any beta, there's definitely feedback, and Treyarch, even though, at least in my personal opinion, I always say it all the time, I personally didn't like Black Ops 2, like, at all. There's nothing about that game I really liked. But I know people like Treyarch's track record with listening to the fans and really giving them what they want with Call of Duty. And especially for the multiplayer modes, because that's what's going to keep people coming back. And I think that might invigorate some of the content creators to maybe come back to the game and post videos on a daily basis. And I think there's also kind of another underlying problem in, like, not just in Call of Duty's community on YouTube, but kind of just a lot of communities on YouTube, is that I don't think people are really giving other folks a chance at stardom anymore. I feel like it's too competitive. I don't feel like there's enough of YouTube personalities maybe giving recommendations on who else to watch. Instead, it's always just me, no one else, Which Which, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's your own channel. You should be talking about yourself. But at the same time, I would kind of like some recommendations on who else to watch, so then it's not monopolized. And on top of that, I want to see what else is around, because YouTube has hundreds of millions of channels, even more so than that. I just would kind of wish that, because people did that back in the day. If maybe, yeah, I know maybe you're not on the scene, but people did that back in the day of like the original Call of Duty 4 up to Black Ops. There were a lot of people helping people out.
Oh,
people helping each other.
Like that was back when I would do the Transformer reviews on my channel. Like, it was a community there. Like, I remember when I would make one, I would sometimes acknowledge other reviewers and we would acknowledge each other, like in reviews and stuff. Like, I remember, like, I had this one Transformer, and like a lot of times Transformers, like toys, when they come out, they do like the repaint and the variant versions, Mm-hmm. So, like, a lot of times it would be like, oh, I'm reviewing this one, and if you want to see what the other version of it looks like, go check out this guy's review of it. And I had guys do that to me. Like, they would acknowledge my reviews, saying, hey, go see Bayou Boy's review of this figure because he has the alternate version, the alternate variant color scheme or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, it was more of a community.
Exactly.
Right there for that.
See, that right there is a perfect example of, it's not just Call of Duty, it's other communities too. And I think that's actually a very serious problem on YouTube right now. I think it's very egocentric a bit in some cases. That's not every one. And I don't like it. It's actually kind of turning me off to YouTube quite a little bit. I mean, I've been watching some stuff, but not as much as I used to. Certainly in the past. Really, right now, where I've been seeing collaborations and like team ups is like in the tech space, where it's like currently right now, the iPhone 6s is coming out, and people have been saying like, "Oh, thank you to so and so for giving me the iPhone 6s like 5 days early to review." I'm just like, okay, that's it. And but at least for the gaming side, there's very little of it, and it's kind of getting to me a bit, because like it's even harder to discover new people when it's like, just buried on top of everyone else who's been at the top forever. And there's no such thing as really a YouTube front page anymore, because whenever somebody would have like a Call of Duty video on the YouTube front page, that was like a big deal, because it was like an unusual thing to have like a Call of Duty commentary on in the front page of like cat videos and whatever have you, viral videos. So that was a big deal back then. And and then there's also the attribution that people have moved on possibly from this game. Other popular games like Minecraft, Counter-Strike, MOBAs, even I won't even say. Not that they have moved on, but what popularity has come to.
Yeah, the focus has shifted.
Focusing has shifted, and even in Activision, that kind of, you've seen that too. Destiny, right now, is like the hot new thing. So there's a little bit of that too. But now to answer your question, will Black Ops 3 do it? Look, I haven't played Black Ops 3, so I'm not even going to have an opinion on it. I haven't played the beta, but yes, like how you said, there has been some positive traction. It's just, even if it is positive, right? I just hope, the long game, like at least for this life cycle of the year. Like, yeah, sure, people maybe play for like the maybe first like month or like 3 weeks, but like, what's after,
Yeah. Well, what I'm thinking is going to come out of Black Ops 3 is like what you're talking about, like this like competitive nature of the space or whatever. I think too that kind of reflects the game itself, because like it's so focused on kind of the competitive multiplayer, competing against other players, and I think that's kind of what it's based on, kind of reflecting that. But Black Ops 3 is kind of changing it up a bit, where now it's more almost co-op based, because I mean we're used to co-op in Call of Duty just through zombie modes, and that's usually fun to stream and all that. But now they're extending it to where it's not just
in the campaign.
It's in the campaign. It's not just we're 4 players in zombies. Now we're 4 players in the campaign. We go through the story together. We're going to look for what they call it, the intel together. We're going to look for all the little secret stuff in the levels together, and that's probably maybe going to hopefully just have more co-op based stuff, and maybe see more channels where they're like, okay, we're playing together to get through this level, And it's more for progress. It's not going to be like in zombie modes where it's more like, I mean, there is progress in zombies because you're trying to activate all these things and get all this stuff. But generally, it's okay. How far can we get? Where now with the campaign, it's going to be like, well, now we got to get to the end. We're going to get through the story together. We're going to get through each level together.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we would give another disclaimer here. Even though this is kind of a generalization of the COD community specifically, but it kind of is. I mean, it's hard to find, and I think you're actually touched on a good point there. Maybe it is just in the blood of Call of Duty players now, just to be competitive because that's how the game itself is. Ironically,
Yeah.
we'll have to see. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, Black Ops 3 needs to be not just good. I think it needs to be damn good in order for it to. Yeah, the next level of good needs to be damn good in order for it to stick on.
Well, I mean, not the fans, because you know how the fan cycle goes when it comes to like if Call of Duties are good or not. But like just generally through reviews, they're good. Like Call of Duty games always get good reviews.
Yeah, they do. Year. But like it's not. It's the community.
It's the community that kind of turns on and where it's like, no, this isn't a good game. But I mean, look at like Call of Duty. Like, I mean, I don't want to signal out any one particular website, but I kind of have to in this scenario. But you look at IGN, all right? Every year they give Call of Duty at least a 9, it seems. Not every year. I know Ghost got like an 8.5, and and I think Black Ops 2 got 8.5, but like Black Ops 1 got like 8.5. Black Ops 2, they gave it like a 9.2 or something like that. And all the Modern Warfare's got at least a 9.3. Advanced Warfare got like a 9.4, 2, something like that. You know, so generally it's around the 9 range for Call of Duty. So that's usually a really good score, but come end of the year, guess what? It doesn't get nominated for Game of the Year. It never does. You know, like a Call of Duty hasn't got even nominated for Game of the Year since Modern Warfare, the first one, Call of Duty 4.
Well, for some outlets, Modern Warfare 2 really.
That one got some Game of the Year nominations?
It won Game of the Year on game trailers.
Oh, it did?
Yep.
Okay. But still, though, I mean, Modern Warfare, the first one, that was the big game-changing game. That's why that one got a lot of nominations and wins for Game of the Year. And I guess Modern Warfare 2 kind of did some things that people liked, and I guess that's why it might have got some things. But generally, you know, it's never a Game of the Year contender. It's never enough, you know, for it to stand out from everything else. Where it's like, yes, this year they did it so well and so, you know, uniquely and different that we got to give it at least nominated for Game of the Year. That just doesn't happen with Call of Duty, despite the good reviews. So it's like you said, they need to make Black Ops 3 something that just stands out to where it's like, yeah, it's not just, Call of Duty and the formula's great, but no, it needs to really stand out and really stand above everything else.
Yeah, you know? That's what it does. In order for it to stand a bit more, because just for it to be good, it just doesn't cut it anymore. Yeah, it's a tough one, and it's sad to see because I love and embrace Call of Duty YouTube communities a lot, and they do good work and especially for the people who have made life-changing careers out of it. Like Optic Nadeshot, for instance, who was once a Call of Duty championship, who has made tons of money playing Call of Duty. It's hard work, and he's earned his way to the top like that before. I think he's now retired since he lost this year. Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare kind of brought him down, but yeah, it's just the way it is. I think we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, it gets better. I'll send a little prayer out to them.
Yeah. See, I think that was a nice, fair little discussion of Call of Duty. See, we don't hate on Call of Duty. We're just realistically looking at it.
I like Call of Duty. It's just the multiplayer. Let's just be honest. The multiplayer competitive modes have been lackluster though for the past 2 games. Well, I want to say 3, but for the community, at least what they have said, 2. People like Black Ops 2. I mean, I didn't like it, but it's probably because of the platform I was playing on, PS3. It was super laggy in the beginning, so I didn't really give it a chance afterwards. But yeah, here's the Black Ops 3. Hopefully it's good.
Yep, yeah, we'll see.
All right.
So yeah, so that was the last viewer question for the week?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, I guess that means we're about done for this week. We can start wrapping up and all that. So yeah, I said we get some news today. We got some good questions. Like I said, you can send us your own questions. Like I said, there's a lot of ways to do that. You can send us questions by commenting on the YouTube channel. You can send us messages on YouTube, or you can message us directly on PSN. That's the best way to get in touch with us, though, is through PSN.
Sure.
It's not the only way; it's just the best way. Like I said, we got a Facebook fan page too. If you guys go search it up, it's on there. PSBS Podcasts. That's there. So there's that. And but yeah, with that, this has been the PSBS episode 33. I'm your host, Coty, PSN Body Boys. My co-host here is
Andrew Arenas, double is. Everybody have a good week.
Have a good week. Go play your games, and everything. And hopefully we'll see you guys next week. And